Hey everyone, welcome to the video. I'm Amy and I post new videos every week. Today's video is going to be all about my March monthly makeup basket. If you missed it in the beginning of March, I did shop my stash and pick out a whole basket of goodies to use this month. And this video kind of serves as a purpose for me to talk about all of those items and how I use them and which I preferred and stuff like that, all while creating this makeup look using the products inside the basket. If that sounds like something you're into, please give this one a thumbs up so I know you like this kind of content. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's just get into it. Oh, one more little note. My mic went out in the middle of filming this. I say middle, that's very generous. It was the beginning of filming this. So if you hear the sound of my camera adjusting focus, that is why. I'm so sorry in advance. The sound isn't super annoying, maybe if you're wearing headphones, so maybe don't watch this one with headphones. Let's go ahead and get into it. Today we are going to be doing, which I already mentioned in the intro, but I haven't filmed the intro yet, so I always feel like I need to say it anyway. I had 4 foundations in my basket this month. I had the Shiseido, here it is, Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Skin Tint. I had the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick. I had the Physicians Formula Healthy Skin, Healthy Foundation, not Healthy Skin, and I had the Believe Beauty. Today I'm actually going to use the Believe Beauty because I haven't used this on my channel like since the beginning of my channel, I think, and I just filmed a video using this one, and there's a 3-day wear test on this one. And I've used this one a couple of times on my channel, like when I did a high-end makeup look and when I did like Vlogmas 2020, I used this. So all of these are on my channel a little bit more than this one, so I'm gonna go with this. Real quick before I get into applying the foundation, I wanted to mention the 2 primers that I had in there. I had the Dior Backstage and I had the YSL Touche Éclat Blur Primer. And I have tried these. I tried them side by side so I could really see the difference in them rather than just having the same opinion about both of them, you know? And I prefer the Dior one. It's a little bit more of a moisturizing feeling, a little bit thinner, hydrating, like wet feeling with a little bit of a blur to it, whereas the Touche Éclat is like a pore filling feeling kind of primer, except for in a liquid form, and it has all these little gold particles in it, and you can see those. Like, I could see them on my face after I had put foundation on, so I didn't like that. And I mean, it was fine. I don't feel like it blurred my pores any more than this one, but this one's just a little bit more comfortable feeling to me, and it kind of sank into the skin a little bit, but also had that smooth primed feeling, whereas this one just kind of felt like it made a layer on my skin, which depending on your preference you might like that, but it just didn't feel like it had stuck onto my face very well. So I would say yes to this one and no to that one, but I'm not going to use either of them today because I just want to use the Believe Beauty foundation. This is the shade Porcelain. It's a pretty good shade match for me. I don't think it's a perfect shade match. I just wanted to hurry up and put like it on half my face so you could see. I feel like it has a really good like medium buildable coverage, and it's just really nice and like plump looking on the skin. I really enjoy this foundation. The other foundations that I had here, the Makeup Forever one, still absolutely love that one. That one is like, if you want medium buildable coverage but you want to glow, get the Ultra HD stick. It does stink really bad when you first get it. Like, it's very not a good smell. I don't know what's in it. It's not a fragrance, I don't think. I would hope not, but it just smells like not good when you first get it, but it does not like linger on your face. So there's that. Obviously the Physicians Formula, if you saw that video, I absolutely love that one. Love that one. I love all of these. I don't know. The Shiseido one, you have to watch the 3-day foundation wear test to see my feelings. But I'll link it here if it's already up, or else it's going to be the next video. I think it'll be before this one. I think it'll be the video before this one. So as you can see, the color is like, it's a little bit dark, but I don't feel like it's like super dark, if that makes sense. Like, it's a little bit dark, but it's fine. It's workable for me. I don't know about if they have more fair shades than what I got or not. I haven't seen like their whole line. They're sold, Believe Beauty, if you didn't know, is sold at Dollar General. And they have like cream blush and all this stuff. I need to try more from them, but I've only tried the foundation. Okay, so for the concealers, I had a total of 5. So let's talk about the older ones that I had already. The Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue. There's something in my eye. It's okay, but to me it's just a little bit too drying for me to really love it, but it does have really great coverage. The Pat McGrath concealer, I feel pretty much the same, except for this one's a little bit of a worse offender just because of how off the color is. It's really yellow and it's like 3 shades, 4 shades too dark, so it's really difficult to want to use this one just based off the shade alone, but I also don't love the way that it looks. And then I have the Jouer, I think it's called Essential High Coverage. I have the shade Custard, and it also is dark, and it also is a little bit too drying for me, but this is like super full coverage. So if you want something super full coverage, this will be your ticket. I have not gotten to my 5 uses on this. I have 2 more uses because of the color, and like the consistency of it is not something I'm gonna wear throughout the day. Like, it's not something I want to put on and go outside. Like, the color is way off, the way it looks on me is way off, but I love using this for when I'm creating eye looks for like Instagram. Like, I'll show you later when we get to the eyeshadow portion, but I wanted to play with as many of these single eyeshadows that I had in front of me as I could. So I was doing like, you know, 2 eye looks, or like it would be like at nighttime, like not getting ready for the day, but like before bed, before washing my face before bed kind of thing. This is really great because I'm not going to repurchase it for that purpose, but because I don't like it and it's the wrong color, it's okay because it's really full coverage for like doing a photo this close, you know what I mean? So that's what I gotta say about. And then I have, obviously, if you know anything about me, 2 of my favorite concealers, the Flower Beauty Light Illusion and the Uoma Beauty Stay Woke. I just used the Flower Beauty in my last video, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the Stay Woke. And the color is not a brightening shade for me. It is White Pearl T1, which I actually think might be one of the lightest shades, or the lightest shade. It obviously, as you can see, is not too brightening for me, but I don't really do a brightened under eye. I don't know. I'm doing this, I don't know why. I never put concealer anywhere else except for under my eyes, but better remember to blend it because I never do that. Hold on. Now, I love the Flower Beauty and the Uoma Beauty concealers because the colors, first of all, are really good for me, but also they have like this really nice movable medium to full coverage. Like, maybe not full coverage, but like medium coverage, good medium coverage. But they work with my eyes. My right eye waters incessantly, and a lot of concealers I find will like literally, like, you'll see a line where my tear was, you know what I mean? I don't want that. I need something that's gonna hold and my tears can go over it. So these ones work really well for me with the way that my eyes are. I don't have it with me because I emptied it. I emptied my mini Charlotte Tilbury powder finally. That took me a year. It took me a full year to empty that mini, which is nuts. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up a picture here because I know how satisfying empty photos are of makeup. But today I'm just gonna use a little bit of the Laura Mercier loose powder, and I mean like a little bit. Like, I'm gonna take a little bit and put it into my hand and just set my under eye. let's see. I also had the glowish powder out. I didn't want to set my under eyes with it because I have found, now a lot of people are saying like this is way too highlighter, and I don't see that. I don't see any kind of like shimmer in it. It does have like a, you see, you can even see it here. I'm gonna put it on my hand so you can see where I put it, like here. It does have kind of like a softening, reflective quality to it, but I don't find that it's too shiny for under my eyes or my whole face at all. But I do find that when I set my under eyes with this, it does do the thing where like if my eye waters, it creates like I don't know how to describe what I'm talking about, but it basically wipes away the makeup. So for this today, I'm just gonna, I don't need powder. I'm just using it so I could talk about this one, but a light little, you know, something all over the face. All right, so I had two bronzers. I had the Danessa Myricks Contour Balm. I am gonna throw some of this on. Now the two bronzers I picked, because the other one's the Maybelline City Bronzer, they are actually, yeah, okay. They are both pretty neutral compared to other bronzers in my collection and other bronzers on the market. But they do have a different tone quality to them. This one I feel like is a little bit more like yellowy, and I feel like I can go pretty light with this and I feel like it looks pretty natural on my skin. Like I feel like that doesn't look too made up at all, so it's really good for like everyday situation. And I think it's really easy to use. I have heard people complain about it, like I think people don't like the colors because they're used to, you know, red toned and orange toned situations if they're bronzers, or they want it to be super cool toned if it's a contour, which this is a contour balm, not a bronzer balm. But I do think that this is kind of a bronzer. It's kind of in the middle, in my opinion. It's more neutral than cool, so it doesn't give me bronzer effect or contour effect. It gives me kind of both, I feel like. And I feel like it looks quite natural on my face, especially, you know, once I have cheek product and everything on. Like this is a really good everyday color and formula for me. And I always use this this KJH brush, and I am gonna throw some of the City Bronzer on top. And normally for the City Bronzer I use something really big, like my e.l.f. pointed brush, and I'm gonna go like quite big and quite on top of it. You can see, I think this one for me is almost a little bit more bronzy. Do you see that? It gives a little bit, I don't want to say orange, but it is to me a little bit more warm and a little bit more orange than the Danessa one. But I think they play together really nicely. So I pulled out 3 blushes this time. I pulled out my Patrick Ta She's Blushing blush. I absolutely love this. I actually found myself using just the cream a little bit more because it just gave me like a really natural like flush to my skin, which I really enjoyed. I love this. I am so happy I finally have some Patrick Ta. I'm just rubbing this on my hand so you can see. If you just use a little bit of the cream and blend it out, it gives a very natural, like, sun-kissed moment to the cheeks. Obviously, the powder also looks very sun-kissed, but it is a little bit more pigmented in my opinion, like at least on my skin tone. It's a little bit more deep. I think you can see that. I don't know if you can. It's like very subtle. It's a little bit more deep and a little bit more rosy. It does have that beautiful shine though. It's super beautiful. I'm not saying I don't love it. I'm just saying I found myself just using the cream. That's all I'm just saying. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying anything else. I am not going to use it today because I think I have used it on my channel, but also like I know I will be using it to death in the summer, so I'm just trying not to bore you yet with it because you will get bored of it, I'm sure. So the other 2 blushes were Tower 28 Magic Hour, which I absolutely love. As you can I think you can even see kind of in the frame here that it really matches the pink tones of my skin. Like, I feel like this is the most natural foundation blush on me. It's so beautiful. And then I have the Makeupbymario Pale Petal, which after I tried the Makeupbymario products, I had a video when these first came out. After I tried them, like, I was in love with the Sculpt Stick immediately and used it an inordinate amount of time, so I know that people knew that I loved it. But this, I was just kind of like, yeah, I really like this, and then like never pulled it out again. So I'm glad that I pulled it out this time. I'm gonna use this today because I do feel like I don't give this enough love. It is a little bit more pink than I normally go, but it's got that, like, you know, NARS orgasm thing going for it, where it's pink but it's got like a gold flip to it. It is quite pink, but you know, you blend it out and it's blended out. I'll put it on here right now instead of continuing to talk about it. And I just like pat it on like this, and then I will take it and just look at it, liven up these cheeks. See, that's such a pretty pink color. I feel like it's great for like the springtime, giving you that very poppy, bright cheek, but the formula of it is just so nice and sheer and like emollient that it like is your skin plus the pop of pink. You know, I feel like it looks a lot more natural than what you think it's going to look like here. I think it's such a pretty formula. I don't need more, I don't need more, I don't need more. So, and then I also had, oh my god, this video is gonna be 800 years long, but I had these two highlights. As if you've seen my using old makeup favorites video, I used the Essence Pure Nude all over my face as like a finishing powder. Absolutely love this guy, so beautiful. And then I also had the Nabla Ozone. I'm gonna use this one today. I don't know if I've ever used it on camera. It's a very pretty color, and I'm just taking Real Technique setting brush like everyone and their mother, and there we go. I like to pat it on first because I just used a cream, and then go ahead and start swirling because I don't want to move the cream around too much. So I'm kind of setting the cream first and then going in. Look at how pretty that is. Now, if you are really fair, this is quite a fair highlight. Let's see, right there. It does have like a champagne quality to it, I want to say. So there is like a hint of color to it. If you're super fair, I don't know if that will work for you. I'm looking at it. I mean, it works for me, but there are people that are more fair than me. Anyways, but they do have other colors, but I think this one's the lightest color. But so here it is without. Look at how, it is so pretty. So again, just setting it down, and then really quick, I'm gonna go off camera and do my eyebrows. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Ultra Precise pencil, which you've seen me use a million times if you are watch my channel. If you don't subscribe, please. And then I have the e.l.f. Wow Brow, which is new to my collection that I wanted to try out. I like it, I don't love it. It does have fibers, so that is nice, but because it doesn't have, it's kind of like a medium hold situation. I would prefer with the fibers that it had a little bit more hold, so you could kind of control and place the fibers where you want them, where I kind of feel like I have a lot of like blonde hairs that kind of poke straight out of my eyebrows, so they look almost like fuzzy, and then when you add those fibers to it, it's not great. So it doesn't rival, sadly, my Cosmetics one that I love, that I think might have fibers in it. I don't know, but I like it as an everyday. It's okay. It's okay. That's how I feel about it. Okay, and then I have the Colourpop Brow Boss in the Glossier Boy Brow, and I do think these are so similar. I'm gonna just hold these up next to each other and you tell me which one is which without seeing the lid. Hold on. Now they might be a little bit, you know, dirty because I have been putting my pencil in first. So that tells you anything, but I think they're very similar. Well, okay, really quick before we move on to the eyes, let's talk about, oh my god, let's talk about this lip. What? Why didn't you guys tell me? That was disturbing. I'm gonna throw on some of the Merit lip oil from my makeup basket. Before we move on to the eyes, like I said, I want to talk about these Catrice setting sprays. I just don't use setting spray, guys. I really tried. I really did give it a try. Yes, the dewy one is dewy, but they do both give kind of like that lacquered finish to the face, and I just don't love the way that setting spray really looks for me, like the fixing setting spray, you know what I mean? For me, I'm much more about the like Smashbox primer water, something that's a little bit hydrating in between my steps or for my skin. But these fixing sprays, it's just not part of my makeup routine, so that's how I feel about them. All right, so on to eyes. I pulled out the Bodyography glitter pigment LA Girl because these are both very similar to a color that I got in here. I did create a look with it. I'm gonna pop it in right here. Super beautiful. I used all three of these. I used the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean, and I created a wing, and I left the very center of my lid a little bit blank so it would be like a halo eye wing. And I blended into the crease a little bit with the Makeup Forever shade M36, which is like my perfect starter neutral crease shade. Absolutely fell in love with this month. But I used that a little bit just to blend a little bit into the crease because I didn't want it to be a very sharp and structured wing. So it needed a little bit of something to blend that black out into. And then I put the Clionadh shade UV all over the lid. I did use NYX glitter glue just in the center, but I put the UV shade all over the entire lid and the wing, like everywhere. And it's this just like beautiful, wet looking ultraviolet shade. Absolutely love it. And then I took the Bodyography glitter pigment in Blue Morpho, which is a little bit more of a deep blue color, and I put it more on the outer and inner because that halo effect that I was going for. And it just gave a little bit more dimension to the look because of that. And then I topped it all off with the LA Girl holographic little guy in Hollow Glam. And this one has that ultraviolet shift to it, but on the other side of the shift, this one has kind of like a bright teal situation, or like turquoise, or what's the other word, aquamarine, like that kind of a color. So I felt like that would also bring some more dimension since the other colors were a little bit more of that violet base. So I put that on there, and then I just came out with this look, and I absolutely love all of these together. I love that kind of shade. I am so happy about it, and I'm so happy I brought these in and got to play with them because that was a lot of fun. I have also created so many neutral looks using my singles. There are obviously, like, I have a lot of singles here, so I didn't get to dip into every single. I did not get to dip into the Makeup Geek RIP singles as much as I would have liked to. I did go into, you know, this like inner corner highlight type shade, but I didn't get to dip into those very much. I did order 2 during their closing sale, so I'll have a little bit more there. That will be in a, you know, future me will deal with that. I did create the green look that's like all over my Instagram like 857 times with this Sydney Grace shadow, but I did not get to dip into the rest of these. This one looks so stunning. It's like a copper penny kind of color. Oh, hold on. There it is right there. It's such a pretty color. I mean, in the fall, I will for sure be digging into that. I mean, okay. So happy that I pulled all of my single shadows out so that I could one, use them because I never pull them out. But also two, get a feel for what I have in here so that later when I'm creating looks, I can be like, oh yeah, I have that one shade, you know, that one lime green shade from Makeup Geek would be beautiful. You know, like whatever. I have a better idea of all of the shades that I do have in my collection. And I also have a better idea of like kind of where I feel like I'm lacking in my singles collection. And I'm just showing you all my palettes that I have, and I want to dig into them more. Like I want to make more use out of them. Anyways, that was a lot of talking. I didn't put any makeup on, so I am going to, I don't know, I'm gonna just follow my heart, and my heart wants to go into this Makeup Forever one right here. I'm gonna show you just that on my eyes so you can see why I love it. And I created a look using the Natasha Denona Lime Chrome. And this is what I had in the crease because I just felt like they were it was like the easiest 2 shadow look ever. But like, look at that. Doesn't that look perfect for my crease? Like it looks exactly like a shadow. Like it, I don't know. I think this is the perfect starting point for any look for me. I don't know if they sell this color anymore. I bought this little quad, like I picked these shadows out when I was very first getting into makeup in the way where I was like spending money on it. Like not when I first started wearing makeup, but like when I first started like putting money into makeup. This was one of the things that I got, and I got it in store, and I picked out the shades that I thought I would wear. That's that's what I thought I would wear. And the pink one I ended up using mostly as blush, to be honest. Oh, I guess I should go based off kind of what I'm wearing, right? How about that? That would make it easier if I actually did that. Okay, let me go into this Makeup Geek section. And I really want to use this color right here. It is called Prom Night, but it's this beautiful, like silvery, taupey, I think metallic shade, and I think I'm gonna just put it with my finger, look at that, on half of my lid. That is a beautiful shade. Prom Night, look at that. It's a very everyday kind of metallic. It's not super in your face. It's not like the kind that's going to like grab onto any texture on your eyelid. Super smooth, subtle metallic. This is Sydney Grace Fairy Wings, and it is like purple periwinkle kind of flip. Let me give you this. See if I can get, you see it in there? I think you see it. And I'm gonna put that on the inner half of my eye. This one is a little bit more piecey, glittery, and less of like a true like creamy metallic, but that's so pretty. Ooh, that's so pretty. Done. Oh. I want to lean more into the blue because I'm kind of leaning more into the purple, and I'm gonna go into this shade here, which was also from that awkwardly shaped Too Faced palette. I'm gonna go into this Colourpop Ringer, which is a super bright inner corner, and I'm gonna go, it is a little bit more of like a champagne gold situation, but I do feel like on top of what we have and with what I'm gonna do next, it'll be fine. I'm gonna take a Clionadh shade. I need to get one of those like magnet things because it's so hard to get in here. I'm gonna take Glisten, which is one of the glitter iridescent multi-chromes. I'm gonna throw a little bit of my NYX glitter glue on the back of my hand. This is just how I like to work with it when I already have shadows down, because I want to get it as evenly coated on my finger as possible rather than like getting one splotch somewhere. And I'm gonna focus middle and lash line because that's where I want the brightest. And then I'm gonna go into Glisten. I wiped off my finger so I can use the same finger without getting a bunch stuck to my finger. And I am just tapping this, and it gives a lot. So you can see where I put the glitter glue, it is really, really sticky. And then where I didn't, it's just kind of like scattered, glittery nonsense. Now I'm gonna go back to my Makeup Geek shades because I have this one. I don't think it's a black. What is it called? Down to Earth. Yeah, it's like a super deep gray brown kind of color. Okay, ready? Go here. Like a very sooty kind of color, and I think that will help me deepen up. Sure, let's talk about mascara. Okay, so I did have 3 mascaras with me this month. I had the Glossier Lash Slick, I had the e.l.f. Big Mood, and I had the Merit Clean Lash. I don't know what it's called. The Glossier one is really good at grabbing every single lash you have. So if you have like right now I have like probably glitter particles and stuff like that, I find this really satisfying to go in and just clean up all of your lashes, if that makes sense. Like, it's going to grab everything and brush through them, but as you can see, it is not like volumizing in any way, shape, or form. It literally just brushes and coats the lashes that you have. And I know a lot of people like it for their lower lashes, probably because of the same reason. The brush is small, it's really easy to brush through. Before and after, like, it's all right. It's just not enough for me. I need more than this. Let's layer on the e.l.f. Big Mood. Now this one, the biggest wand in the entire world. Like, you are not going to be able to get that close to your eyes, and you're going to have to like look really down and really pray with this. My battery's gonna die in a second, but I just wanted to show you really quick. So this is Glossier only. This is layered with the e.l.f. Big Mood mascara. So you can see how much volume this one built up, and I think it even gave me a little bit of length as well. I mean, I'll be able to tell in the footage, but I can't really tell here. But yeah, I'm gonna go change my battery. Be right back. I would say none of these are my favorite at this time. Like this one, I think the Merit one looks really good and nice and volumizing. I like the way that it looks and wears, but it's a tubing mascara, which I don't love. The e.l.f. one, I feel like the formula is pretty good. It gives me kind of what I want, but that wand is so huge. It's like, it's pretty difficult to use. You have to be very patient and careful with it. And then the Glossier Lash Slick, as I showed you, just doesn't give you much. I mean, if you really want like a Glossier look, you know, like it makes sense, but there's that. Okay, 2 things I didn't talk about were these, which I did use for my one green look, but that's pretty much all that I used them for. I love using the NYX Jumbo Pinso in Milk for an inner corner highlight when I'm doing like an all matte look, because it really just brightens the inner corner. It's so pretty, and I love this one. Like, it's just it's mint green, so it's a time and a place. It's got a time and a place. And then I pulled out 3 of my Revlon lipsticks. Well, I think they're the only 3 that I have. Kiss Me Coral, which I did use this, and I had a brilliant idea for a look, but when I put the look together, like the eyeshadow shades that I used didn't really match the color of this, because this has a little bit more of like that orangey tone to it. The reds eyeshadows that I had a little bit more of a pink, so it wasn't, I didn't get the vision, you know, but I do really love this, and I think this is a really great like fun pop of color lipstick. This is Sassy Mauve, which is a beautiful mauve tone, which I mean, I think for me, I'm going to put a little bit on. It's kind of my lips, but a little bit more colorful. Where normally when I do like a My Lips color, it's more of a nude that kind of nude dulls the color of my lips. I just thinned it out a little bit so it didn't super clash with this eye look. But this is Sassy Mauve, and I think it's a really good everyday color for me. I think it would go really well with Salt New York lilac blush. Like, I feel like this color, they both react on my skin very similarly. I'm gonna wipe a little bit of this off. But Bare Affair is the one that I used the most. This is obviously mixed a little bit with Sassy Mauve, but this one has like a much more of a toned down nude look. I love the formula of these. They are very thin, very comfortable, but like a creamy color, and they're quite pigmented. Like, they cover your lips. So, I mean, the Revlon lipsticks, I'm still for them. These are all the cream formula, by the way. I don't have any of the other kind of, I know they have other kind of formulas, but mine are all the cream formula. And then my lip gloss, which you saw me use in my old makeup favorites, and it juices up the lips without making them really glossy. So if you like the look of gloss, but you don't really love a thick film of gloss or a jelly gloss or a gloopy gloss, like, I love all kinds of glosses, but this one is a very thin, close to your lips kind of gloss. It is minty, so know that. But it does give like quite a gloss finish and a high shine finish to the lips without adding a bunch of thickness to the lips, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know, this month I picked out a really, really great box, and I'm very happy with like 99% of the things that were in this makeup basket, and I'm glad I got to do a little get ready with me and show you some of the stuff in action. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you want to see anything in the next one, let me know. If you want to see me just kind of like Kathleen Lights-esque, like where I talk about the products with you, but then in the background I'm doing the stuff without talking, like, so that it goes a little bit faster, let me know. I know some of you like longer videos, some of you don't. Actually, if you don't like longer videos, you're not even here for this point. So only the people that like long videos are going to be able to comment, but let me know. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!